Okay, here I am doing another interview. I've got a couple of guys here that used to be in Titans Phoenix that wanted to say a couple things about Titans of Phoenix. So, do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, Alias Lycan, former member of Titans of Phoenix, now member of Capital Acquisitions.
I'm I was a punch talk. Anyways, I'm McLovin. I used to be in TOP, and now I'm in True Vengeance, just kind of chilling.
Yeah, I'm Poison Diego, supposedly a former director of Titans of Phoenix, now currently a member of True Vengeance.
Tech, go for it.
Tec N9ne, former member of Titans of Phoenix leadership, now member of KQ.
ZzStormzZ Black Nights, former member of Titans of Phoenix leadership, now Vengeance, just chilling.
Alright, so as every single one of them just told you, they're all former members of Titans of Phoenix. So, let's just go right into it. What do you guys have to say about the formation of Titans of Phoenix? How it formed, how that went down, if there's anything the community wouldn't know about what happened then? What do you guys got?
Pretty much it was just a merger of Vengeance and what was it, Heaven's Lost Property? Yeah, some friends of Cardia. I guess they were first in there, but yeah, I mean, there's probably much to say about Vengeance. I don't really want to go into it. It was kind of a sad story.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff's covered in the actual Titans Phoenix interview. A lot of the boring stuff we're go over
pretty much
really quick.
Vengeance. Well, I personally feel, even though I wasn't a member of Vengeance, like I could recognize right away that Vengeance is largely responsible for Titans even getting a foothold into Malden Heath. Vengeance did give Titans like 4 or 5 districts.
Mm-hmm. We also paid for the transfer of those districts, as
they also made up most of the corp at the time. It looked like 50 guys.
Okay, why did all you guys join Titans Phoenix? I mean, some of you were in Vengeance and you did it from there, but otherwise, because I asked this because at the time people were calling it the Flavor of the Month Corp.
Yeah,
still call it that, but they definitely were calling it that.
That's probably because of guys like me who like jumped to Titans of Phoenix because they were doing a bunch of PC. Like I was in Capital Acquisitions before. I used to be a director in Pure Evil. Rampage went away and that whole thing fell apart. And then a lot of the guys from there went to Capital Acquisitions, or they went to John Shepard's Corp Second Nature, which later merged with Capital Acquisitions. And this was like about the time, like I would say midway through December. Like when I joined, we were taking FA's farming districts away from them. So like I was in on that, and that was real fun because I wanted to fight FA. I wanted to fight against the SOS Corps. But Cap was still in SOS, and so for the most part we weren't fighting against them at all. But Titans of Phoenix, and in addition to that, we were slowing PCs down for like the holidays and things like that. But anyways, Titans of Phoenix was doing PC at the time. And in a PC that they did versus Cap, I got to see what their team looked like and decided that it was competitive enough. Plus I was friends with the Vengeance guys like ZzStorm. And I decided that it would be an easy transition. So I went over there, I stayed for about a month or two, made 40 million, and then split.
Well, the reason... Yeah, go on.
they picked up a couple of us. There were some of us that were from Vengeance that were really unsure of where to go, and the reason that we joined there was we joined under the promise that it would be a ringer corp. We weren't really going to have any alliances. We weren't going to be allies with anybody. It was just going to be, we could pick who we played for. We could play PCs for our friends, or even go ring for SOs if we wanted to under it, which later kind of didn't turn out to be the way it was promised, but that's how they mainly wrangled in quite a few people.
Yeah, and that's mostly where my 40 million came from. Mostly was from PCs with Eugene, PCs with Ari, PC with like Top, because like there was a lot of district flipping, and flipping is where you make the real money. Like if you get a good flip in, you'll make like 8 mil. So I was doing a lot of flips, and that's where most of my money came from.
Okay. So I think it was Poison that just said a little bit about promises that weren't kept. And
That was
I
Tech.
think that's oh, excuse me. Sorry, I don't know your guys' voices too well. Green bubbles are too reliable. Anyway, promises. Broken promises, lies. Let's get into what we're really here for, boys. The leadership in Titans of Phoenix. Tell me about that.
From what I understand, it's fucked.
Oh god.
Yeah, it really is. Oh, well, it kind of is. I mean, pretty much like the idea of joining Titans of Phoenix came from Poncho, which is now a director there, and I mean he got the idea. Like, yeah, it was a starting corp. They want to get into PC and shit, or well, they were a competitive PC team, and like Vengeance would be good aid to that, and they would gain ISK and shit. So. And from there, people liked it, and they wanted to move with him, or, well, just move over there, not particularly with him. So they did, and he got a deal with the leadership that he would be a director for it. I mean, yeah, good with that. The leadership, it's not really a proper leadership. It's pretty much just Cardia making the decisions, going after his ideas, and yeah. We don't know anything. There's never really anything that we have anything in charge of. It is just him, and maybe he will talk to Poncho about it, or Soda.
One or two people backing up his opinion. Sorry,
we had like Poison. We had guys like Poison who were like supposedly leadership, even though they never held the official like director roles. Poison had the director channel. Cardia never told him what was going on, apparently.
Nope.
Okay, so Cardia then. What do you got to say on just him in general?
He's a nice person. Like he doesn't mean well. Like, no, he doesn't mean like ill. He's a nice person in general. I don't think he really knows how to run a corp.
Yeah, it's his leadership that we had disagreements with. Like personally, like Cardia's never done anything wrong to us personally, except maybe like screen us a bit too much in a PC.
Anybody want to bring up? I can't really talk about this because I didn't have account access, but I've heard that. Anybody want to talk about the clone packs and stuff?
Tech, please.
Oh yeah. That's all Tech. Tech was keeping track of every single clone pack he bought.
Okay, it came down to where we were supposed to be running a corp. We would take contracts to go split districts for people, and we would make ISK. And that ISK would then be supposedly used to pay out our players, and this was part of the promise under everyone joining, that we would all make a salary off of everything we flipped. Now, aside from what we made off of actually flipping the district in the battle, we got nothing. The ISK that was paid was then used to buy clone packs to launch attacks on smaller corps, mostly the smaller Mexican corps, such as Pendejos and those guys. That also goes to another topic where we were also, a lot of leadership agreed that we didn't want to attack smaller corps. We wanted to let them grow, we wanted to let them, kind of revitalize PC a little bit. And that really didn't end up happening because certain situations, like one instance in particular, we took a district from Hands of Death, which a lot of us kind of disagreed with. That was because he was under the opinion that we needed more districts to have more clones to launch attacks on SOs, which he wanted to start warring against. So we weren't able to ring with them anymore if we wanted to, which kind of took away part of the promise of playing for whoever we wanted. He would take smaller districts because he said they didn't have their own team to be able to defend it without getting a shit ton of ringers anyway, so they didn't deserve to hold the district in PC. So we should just take it, and then once they rebuild it later on, we would give them their districts back. Now, we never gave them districts back. But the money we made, he would use to buy clone packs instead of actually launching clones off of our districts. The only times we launched clones off our districts was towards Murphy's and Molon. But he would use the money in the corp wallet to buy clone packs to launch on those smaller districts to take and use for clones on them. He never actually paid anybody out, unless it was paying ringers that he brought in from AE or 1UP or things like that.
He used Stir Snuggles a lot for the ADS. He used quite a bit of Red Star. He used Coos before. Attic Punk, yeah.
He would pay Attic Punk, even if we won 5 mil to 10 mil a PC.
So this was this after you guys had a decent amount of districts where it would have just been smarter ISK-wise to be attacking with clones off your districts?
This is while we had 10 to 12 districts. 10 to 12 districts was what we had held at that time.
Wait, we had 10 to 12 when we were attacking Hands of Death?
Hands of Death was when we had about 8 districts, but that continued all the way through until we had like 12 districts.
Then there was that contract to take out Academy Inferno. I remember that.
Yeah.
We had a contract to take out Academy Inferno for, it was either 600 to 800 million, somewhere in there. We were paid 100 or so million up front, and then it would be another installment of payments for every one that we flipped. We flipped one, and then they brought a bunch of ringers and took it back. And we were supposedly going to give that ISK back because we did not come through on the contract as agreed, and the person who had contracted us believed that we had cheated them, and then we never actually paid that ISK back. That ISK, I'm not actually sure what happened to that ISK. That disappeared out of our wallet. That either went to someone's personal wallet or that was used on more clone packs. I couldn't tell you which.
Yeah, that contract came from someone within Goonswarm. Now, who do we know within? Well, who was in Goonswarm? Who holds a lot of dust ISK? Well, I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know. Maybe someone for wrecking PC,
only one name.
How about that?
Okay.
We were never allowed to know though. It was between
it was between
Soda Pep.
It was Soda and Goonswarm, and Soda refused to tell anyone where it was actually coming from because the contractor, quote unquote, wanted to stay anonymous, and it was none of our business.
Yeah, it's possible that that guy's name rhymes with Pain Arrow.
Spiro
it is possible.
Arrow?
No, whatever.
Okay, anyways, let's talk about things they say on the forums, because that's one of the bigger things that I heard you guys wanted to talk about. Talking about them giving away districts on the forums, things like that. Go for it.
They sold districts.
They'll give you a district if they like you. If they don't like you, they'll tell you to fuck off.
The only person that we straight up gave a district to, no ISK anywhere involved, just straight up gave a district to, would be Ariana for AE. And then Ariana later gave that to Pure Evil.
I also like 5 times for him.
I also was don't forget about Yama, because I was I was really hard on trying to give Yama a district for quite a bit, and I finally got one to them, even though the final meeting was between Cardian, Wistafuzz, Reagan, Yama CEO, so I don't know if it was no ISK transfer. But I know that's one corp that we gave a district to.
I don't think there is any I don't think they're actually getting ISK for the districts. I don't know. I never heard about that.
No, we did sell off a couple districts. I know for a fact we sold off some of them.
Okay. Well, I never heard about that.
It wasn't just straight up. We didn't straight up give districts away. We just sold some of them off.
No, well, they gave Killia a district back when his corp didn't even only have like what, 7 members. That's when he got his first district.
Senshi Slayers is just a farm corp for them.
No, they're not farming. They said they weren't.
They said
oh yeah, because everything they say is true. You know, that's why we're in here, because they always tell the truth.
Guys, let's quote on the sarcasm here, boys. People are gonna get confused. Anyways, Senshi Slayers is or is not a farm corp. Can you guys?
It is a farm corp.
Farm corp. Total farm
corp. They have more farm corps? Let's talk about farming since we're here.
They have Those Who Shall Not Be Named. They have Blueberry Inc. They used to have Pirates of Dust, but that was McLovin's fault.
Oh yeah, by the way, I'm McLovin, Pirates of Dust CEO. Contact me if you want to get recruited. I got you.
Alright.
Yeah, or if you want to farm.
So they have several farm corps when they specifically said that they were against farming, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah.
It's not really their corpse though. They get contracts from them, you know, locking each other's districts.
Okay, well
it's still farming.
Yeah, that's another.
It is farm. It is farming. Yes.
Like, yeah, it's farming. Is the the actual farming districts are held by other members in Titans of Phoenix. Like, I think Mr. Drought owns one of them.
No, Mr. Droughts was taken.
Oh, was it? Alright.
But he was holding one. But we took it recently.
Okay. So, bullying, was that ever a thing? Titans Phoenix bullying, small corp,
That
people,
just
whatever it
happened
was?
actually because Senshi Slayers launched an attack on Pandahitos and Titans filled the fucking team. Just 'cause they
No, that
didn't
also
like 'em.
happened with Yama, because since Slayers took Yama's other district, that KEQ gave them.
I mean, Yama even. I spoke to Yama because me and McLevin, we wanted to help Yama a lot. 'cause
Oh
they're
wait,
a small
sorry.
corp.
They didn't
I see
take
the
Yama district.
potential.
They just launched an
Yeah,
attack from it.
But I see the potential with Yama. They could be, you know, a really good, corp rising up. But Yama put me into a chat and told me they wanted me to be ambassador because I know a lot of people from PCs. I rank for a lot of corps, and I basically told them, well, what do you guys want to do and stuff? And they said they wanted to pick an alliance. It was either to be grouping with Tides of Phoenix or Rise of Legion, I believe, which is KQ, mostly KQ, and all those people from KQ. And they basically told me, well, Tides of Phoenix gave them a free district, and KQ gave them a free district. At that time, they had 2 districts. And I told them, well, what did Tides of Phoenix do? Well, they gave us a district for free. I said, okay, what the KQ do? They give you a district for free. I said, okay, that's good on both sides. And then I asked, okay, if you needed help for those districts, I mean, if you needed, like, let's say you launch an attack and you need somebody to lock your district. They said, yeah, KQ said they will do it for us, they will lock it for free. I asked what the Tides of Phoenix said. They said, well, Tides of Phoenix, they said that, oh, they'll lock it, but they want, let's say, 5% or 10% back. From like, they want ISK for that lock. For just locking that, a small corp trying to get into PC. Pretty much what the CEO of Yama told me.
Okay. So, I think the last big topic I have here that I actually wrote down, the joining and leaving of General So's alliance. What happened there?
That I don't know. Like, I was in squad one day, like, with Sergeant Onek, and like he's kind of like making fun of it. He's like, "So, Alias, do you have an alliance chat yet?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Oh, well, they're saying Titans might join General So's." I said, "If that happens, I will leave right now." And not even 2 minutes later, an alliance chat pops up on my chat tree, and I left the corp.
Okay,
Yeah,
does anyone...
even that night, I had actually joined back. I had cooled off. I was gonna join back. I was gonna quit being leadership because it was pissing me off too much. I was just gonna be a grunt. But right whenever Alliance chat popped up, and I saw who I think it was I don't remember whose name it was. It may have been fucking NoNeck or God Hates Lag. I think one of the two. But I saw their name pop up, and I immediately fucking knew, and I dropped tags right there again. I was not in that.
Yeah, I got a bunch of mails from like top guys asking me to come back when I left. Like, I had a long ass mail conversation with Solar, in which like I was talking to about him. I said, why are we in this alliance? And Cardia, he said that like Cardia wanted to use the alliance as Eve support. And I said, yeah, well, a lot of us don't like them. What if we wanted to like ring against them? We'd be kicked. And then Solar said, no, we're allowed to ring against the alliance. And I was like, seriously? They're gonna let him go into their alliance and let that corp ring against them? Like, I don't think so.
I don't think they would give them Eve support then. God.
That was after I'd already left top, but during the time that I was in top, the whole leadership chat was in agreement that we never wanted to be a part of SOs, we never wanted to be around SOs, we completely hated SOs, and we wanted to war SOs. If we were going to war against anybody, we would fight SOs.
That was a complete and total Cardia decision. Like, Poncho wasn't playing that much, like Soda Pop wasn't around, and Solar pretty much agrees with whatever the hell Cardia wants. So if Cardia says let's join SOs for whatever reason, and if he gives like a reasonable explanation or an explanation that Cardia deems reasonable, Solar will just say yeah.
Okay, so this isn't so much about Titans Phoenix, but why do you guys all hate SOs so much?
It's just the whole idea of
the donut
Big Blue Donut. Yeah, this is a donut. That's the only reason why Top didn't want to be a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I
not
personally-
so much anything against personally anybody.
I've personally never really cared about the Blue Donut. I just want to fight, and honestly, so just give the best fight. I loved it whenever we were in Vengeance and we were fighting FA and Murphy's every night or every other night. It was the funnest time I've had in PC.
Yeah.
It was all just, I had fun fighting them. They were the best fight.
Mm-hmm.
I can agree with that.
What's
That's another point why we didn't want to. Because then if you just join Saves, the only people that leave the fight left would be KQ, Raffle, and...
Which Top is dealing with now.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah. They had their first, I guess, bout. Because I know KQ's been taking their farming
I
districts.
listened to
or a
the
couple
random
of them.
guns fight. Oh my god. Chaos.
Yeah,
The
but
point being
KQ took their first top district last night, and I think everybody here, I guess Alias, me, Tec and Storm were all in that game on different sides. Actually, Storm won, didn't it? So it's just me, Alias, and Tec.
I ring against Top because I wanted to get certain reactions, mainly a rage mail from Cardia. That was my goal.
Yeah, we
I
were
didn't
all
get
on.
that.
I guess we were all on KQ side, and we just.
It was mostly, and I was
It was
still
a lot
allowed
of
to
fun.
ring for Cardia. Like I was the only player to like leave Top and still be allowed to ring for Cardia for some reason.
Lucky.
Everyone else at Top was then either...
Yeah, everyone else got bitched at, and Cardio was like super butthurt at everybody. But Tech, you want to tell them about the Senshi Slayers battle when you got into that chat channel?
You mean what I did to troll?
No, not when you trolled, like when you were in the Red 1 chat when Senshi Slayers took Pendahito's district.
One of the people in Top, somebody that I still play with, asked us to come in. They needed people for a battle against, this was when Senshi Slayers was attacking Pendejos. I didn't know who it was for or who it was against. I just knew it was a friend asking me to help with PC. And I said, but they're going to be in that chat. I don't want to start drama. I don't want to come in there and start arguing with anybody. He asked me and Storm to go in there. So he's like, no, it's not for Top. You can come in there. No one's going to bitch. No one's going to argue. And we joined the chat. And the minute we got in there, Soda Pop, Solar, Cardia, and I think it was one or two other people started screaming about how we were traitors and they didn't want to be anywhere near us in the PC. They didn't want us to be in there because they weren't even gonna play. They would refuse if we were anywhere near that chat. So they left and went to another chat. Turns out later, Cardia didn't even play in that battle. It was just him throwing a fit over us being in that. They labeled everyone that left. Now, myself personally, when I left, I can understand them not wanting me in there because I trolled the shit out of them as I left. But everyone else has also been screamed at and called a traitor, and at the same time they've been spammed with mails to rejoin Top. But while at the same time being cussed, insulted, they're still being asked to rejoin. And until they rejoin, they're not allowed to PC again.
I was still allowed to ring for them for some reason. I was allowed to be in that battle, But see, the only reason I took part in that battle really was because I thought it was a defense for the farm court, which I wouldn't have had that big of a problem with. I mean, I still didn't like that Killia has his own corp and won't field his own team, and he just used it to farm ISK with Top. But then when I went in and saw we were attacking, I figured I'd just play the battle, screenshot some pictures in case I needed to file a report with the CBM to have them evicted. But yeah, we flipped that district. I went on the forums later and made my first war room post calling Senshi Slayers the bastard sons of Top. And that they should never be able to, you can never expect them to field their own team.
Okay.
Which is all completely true.
So, any last kind of topics I missed here? Anything else you guys want to talk about that you want the community to hear about here?
Just one more thing, kind of off topic, but I think it's one of the most funny things I've read on the forums all week, maybe in 3 weeks or so. But Soda getting all mad at Black Ice for stealing his corp.
Oh, God.
I was dying, yo.
Did not go there.
There's so much drama. Don't even start that topic.
Yeah, no, that's a whole other interview.
I was dying.
That's an interview that
Okay.
might not happen.
Well, we'll see.
Oh.
I don't know. We'll see. Maybe.
Get it done, Silver.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Okay, so I guess just recap here. So you all joined Titans of Phoenix. Just it was a flavor of the month corp for some of you. For some of you, it was Vengeance on, or it was a big PC corp. I mean, I don't want to say flavor of the month there. Some of you went there from Vengeance Unbound, and it was basically formed by the leadership, and it was absolutely ruled by the leadership. You had no say, and you knew nothing about most of it. Most of you.
Well, even as far as leadership, it wasn't ruled by the entire leadership because, like, me and Diego were part of leadership. If you had an opposing opinion, you were ganged up by the 2 or 3 agreeing members of the leadership that would invite you to a chat.
Yeah, okay. So when I say leadership, I mean the real leadership, like Cardia, maybe Poncho Soda, maybe Solar. Anyways. Continuing the recap,
Sorry.
They lie on the forums. This isn't my opinion, this is what I've just heard, kind of recapping what I heard. I'm impartial, guys, I swear. Yeah, so they lie on the forums, they lie about giving away districts, Cardia is an incompetent leader, they farm, Senshi Slayers is a farm corp, Mr. Drought had a farm corp, there may have been other farm corps. They like to bully small corps that they're not really friends with. And they tried to ally with SOs, kinda, sorta, but not really, even though nobody wanted that except for apparently Cardia. And that's my really poorly thought out summary of this entire interview.
SOs thing, like, if I could go back to that mail conversation I had with Solar. Cardia's paranoid. He thinks that if you're not with him, you're out to get him. And he was like feeling this way about Raffle, so pretty much, if I can find this. Okay, here it is.
Just so everybody knows, I'm really bad at like.
So right here from Solar to me, which is Solar is the director, by the way. Cardia believes that Raffle is planning to help SOs destroy us and Cap if we don't join. If we don't join, we will be mass attacked. So that's one view I've heard as to why, which is totally believable because Cardia will pretty much do anything to stay alive. I mean, I don't know how many times, like, because like Top can field a full 16, but they usually don't. They're starting to now, but like I don't know how many times like I've heard Cardia say, "This is why I use ringers," after seeing the defeat screen. Like it was. So for Cardia to join SOs due to fear that Raffle would crush them is totally believable. But I've heard so many things about that, I don't really know what to believe.
My opinion was pretty mixed on that topic.
It was, yeah. I heard like many stories. It was because it was a troll was one of them because they were afraid that they would, they want to support EVE support because. So it's definitely the best EVE support corp, or was.
I also heard that Roman gave him a billion-esque. I heard that one.
There's a lot of rumors, a lot of things we don't know for sure, a lot of things we could discuss, gossip about your boys, but I feel like this may start dragging on here if we continue to do that. So I think we've gone over most of what we need to talk about here. Yeah. So once again, I'd just like to say that I'm doing my very best to remain impartial. These guys contacted me to have this interview. I swear, guys, I'm not trying to troll you.
I'll take full credit for putting this whole thing together. This whole thing was Alias Lycan's idea, just so no one sends Silver hate mail. Send it to me.
Okay, thank you. I'm trying to cover my bases here.
Wait, no.
Interviewer on.
Even though it was Alias's idea, send all your hate mail to Tech. I will gladly piss on my inbox and laugh at you. Feel free.
Okay, alright. So, yep, that's, this was an interview with the former members of Titans of Phoenix. We got Alias Lycan here, Johnny Battles, who he kind of joined in partway through, McLovin, Poison Diego, Tec N9ne, and ZzStorm, or Storm, whatever you prefer to be called. Storm, Black Nights, ZzStormzZ, anyways. So that's that. Yeah.
It's whatever you prefer.